G'day guys, how you going? I'm Isky, welcome to my YouTube video. And in this episode of Ants Super Cinema, we're finally going to start doing my rear riser. So that's a cool thing. I've needed a riser for a very long time because when friends come over and they're walking into my cinema, the amount of times people have tripped because I've got these dodgy stairs that I've just, put up. At least we can get rid of that now and we'll have a proper riser and we'll eventually have some proper stairs going down to the floor of the cinema. So that's basically what this video is going to be about, is doing that riser. Unfortunately, we are in a lockdown at the moment and I can't get any timber, which really sucks. But because my riser, it's different to most risers, it's going to have a curved front to it. That basically means I have to kind of work out that curve. I need to do a template, etc, etc. So that's what this video is going to be all about, working out the riser curve. So I have some news, some very exciting news as well. This video is going to have an extra cool element to it. I just happen to have the EH-TW9400 projector. Now that is Epson's home theatre flagship projector, and a friend and myself, we actually went to a shop last week, and there's none in Australia. Apparently you can't get that model projector. Everyone wants it, but you can't get it for I think 4 or 5 months. Early next year is when they're predicting to have them back. But luckily for us, Kevin, my mate, got offered one because he really wanted to buy one and he was so disappointed when he found out there was none around, but he walked out with one. And on the way home, he actually looked at me and said, "Mate, can you do me a favor? Do me a solid. And can you take this off my hands for a week or two? Because I haven't told my wife that that I'm buying it and we've got a few bills and I'm scared." So I was like, "Absolutely, bud. Yeah, no worries. Leave it with me as long as you want." So I've had it for a week now. I did a very rushed, half-assed unboxing as soon as we got home. He was in the room. Sorry, I was really self-conscious making this video. I can't make videos when other people are watching me. But I got through it. And yeah, I don't know if it's been released yet, but look out for it, because at the end of that video, I give you my thoughts. I'm not sure, but I might get one of those projectors. It's either going to be between that projector and an NX7, the JVC, but I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, I've had it for 5 days now, about a week now, and it's amazing. The other thing that I did the following day after we unboxed it, I actually built it into my soffit. You know how I'm doing the soffit around the edge perimeter of the ceiling? I actually cut a section out and I actually built a shelf and I installed it. It doesn't look pretty because I haven't finished it. I'm going to skin it and make it look really nice yet. But it's up there, and that's not something that I planned on doing with my cinema. My projector, I've always wanted to have my projector on the outside of my cinema shooting through the wall, because I don't want to hear any noise from the fans, etc. That's what I still plan on doing. But now that I've got this shelf there, I think I'm going to keep it and I'll make it look really nice. And that's just going to be a second place for me to store a projector, because I do plan on doing projector reviews as well as side-by-side comparisons with different projectors. Who knows? Hopefully that's what I can do in the future. It'll be really good. And who knows what kind of projector I will get in the future as well. It might be a projector that is ultra quiet, because the Epson, that's probably the only downside that I've come across so far. It's a little bit fan noisy on certain picture modes. But I thought what we'd do is start this video. Remember, this video is all about building my rear riser. But I thought we would start the video by going in and spending a few minutes just having a look at some footage. I've got it set up right here. We'll look at some footage on the screen and we'll take it from there, and then we'll start the riser. All right, let's come over here. We'll turn around. Now, normally what I was going to have was have a projector on that green curtain is going to be a wall. and I was going to shoot my projector through the wall. But you can see up the top there, I actually built it in. He gave me a projector, a very expensive projector, and I thought I am going to build this in, take good care of it so no one touches it, can't get knocked over or anything. So I did, I built it in. So let's check this out. Awesome, there you go, look at that. See my seating down there. Whoops, hang on, we got birds. There we go. All right, so let's just walk down. But, remember my ceiling? Look at this, look how reflective that is. It sucks. It's like a mirror, I've told you before. But when you have this projector, which is my projector that I've been using, is only 1600 lumens. This projector here is 2600 lumens, so 2600 lumens. It's like a light cannon. The blacks are still pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with the blacks. In fact, in that little unboxing that I do and give you my thoughts after using it for a few days, I go into it a bit more. And the thing is, we actually got to compare this with Sony's, I don't know if it's their flagship model, I doubt it, but it was $12,000. And it was a side-by-side comparison, playing the same movie. And man, the blacks on the Sony weren't that much better than the blacks on this projector here. I mean, yeah, see, I wanted to get an NX7 JVC, but after seeing the Sony, thinking it's the same price as the NX7, or at least it's actually more expensive than the NX7, I'm now kind of rethinking my thinking, basically, because you'd think that the NX7 would be on par with the Sony. So if it's anything like the Sony, I'll stick with this Epson, I think, because yeah, this Epson was amazing. So I've been using this for the past, week now. Loving it. Every night I'm down here playing with it, actually comparing it to my old projector, that one up the top there, the EH-TW9400. And I love that thing so much. I did love it so much. There was no way I was going to get this projector that we're watching at the moment, because I was waiting for Epson to release a new model. But after using it for the last week, it's so tempting to actually, but the thing is, they're not in Australia for another 4 or 5 months anyway, so got no choice but to wait. But it's going to suck when he takes it. He's going to one day come. The thing, we're in lockdown at the moment, right? He can't take it. He rang me up yesterday and said I have to get it after lockdown. We might be in lockdown for weeks. So it is a positive to lockdown for me anyway. But there you go. What do you think? Let me actually move up a little bit. I don't know how this might look. Can you see the pixels? Oh, you're not going to see the pixels with a fast moving picture like that. We need it to stop. Yeah, so the pixels are definitely smaller. They are definitely smaller. Yeah, and the colors, oh man, the colors are amazing. But anyway, listen, we've probably spent a little bit too long on this, but that's it. You can see up the top there, I've built it in. That's not exactly how it's going to be, mind you. I still have to skin it and make it look pretty. I do have this really cool design in mind that I've seen online, and it has these cool angle type of sides, which is exactly the look I'm going to do. I'll probably put a picture up of that. But yeah, check that out. But there you go. I love it. I think that could be a goer when I'm ready to get a projector. I mean, that there is a 150-inch screen. My screen's going to be 180-inch, even bigger. Not that I'll be using the 180-inch part. That's a 16:9. I'll be using it as a 170-inch, which is a little bit more narrow than that screen there, but it's just a slightly bit wider on each end. But yeah, so I do need something with a bit of brightness to it, which that projector up there can definitely do. But there we go. That's all I really wanted to kind of show you. There's a lot of room, a lot of light in this room, by the way, a bit of light flooding in. But at night, I tell you what, I'm in love. But hey, that's enough. Let's get into this riser, eh? All right, let's get into this. Okay, so we'll start here. I just want to show you on some paper what I'm trying to achieve with this riser. I think, like in my very first part of this series on this cinema build, I mentioned I want my riser to be kind of different to any riser that I've seen before. I want my riser to be multifunctional. Now just imagine these are floor plans of my cinema. There's 4 of them. So let's have a look. So with a riser, basically you would have, with mine, remember mine's going to be curved, so I'm just going to do a curved riser at the back here like this. There you go. So you have your seats up here, and you have your seats around here. Okay, now take that look for example. That would be probably the most common. You would have stairs there, and you would maybe have stairs on that side as well. So that's one look, that's what I want. But I also want to have, let's say we do another riser here, this is another idea. I want to be able to put, you know, 2 seats there, 2 seats there, and have some stairs here. That's another look. Now I also might want to do, let's do another riser. Put your seats up here. I might want to put all of these seats all the way against this wall over here, right? And perhaps put stairs just on this side. Or alternately, I might do the other way around. Let's do it anyway while we're here. Seats. I might want to put the seats here and curve them around from this wall and have the steps there like that. So hopefully that's, you can understand what I want to do. I don't just want to have one look to my riser. I want to be able to change things around and make it look more interesting, you know, give it a fresh face every now and then. Let's go and have a quick look. All right, so there you go. You can see there those seats just there. I got them from the dump. That's okay. I'm not going to be using these seats. I mean, I'll be using them for a while, maybe a year or maybe even a couple of years. But eventually I'll end up getting brand new recliners. I don't really like these chairs, these home cinema seats that much. Especially leather. I actually love these seats, to be honest. I really do like them. I like the red. I love the red. I just don't like the way they're leather. And I don't like being, you know, forced to, you know, kind of face in one direction. You can't move any. Although, like I said, I'm getting recliners, so I'm going to be kind of forcing myself to do that anyway with normal recliners. But those recliners will match my rear seats, and my rear seats will be, I'll have a nice 3-seater at the back so I can lie down. But yeah, so basically you can see how it is now. Let's move back a bit. In that kind of configuration, well, I want to be able to just put one step here. I even made some kind of really rough, you know, 3D renderings of doing this. I like, you know, I'll put a step on this side if it's in that configuration, or the other way around. If those seats there were up against that wall, I would have the step on this side. Or, like I mentioned before, I might want to put 2 seats like those 2 there on this side, and these seats there, leave them where they are. Then I'll have a gap in the center here where this seat is, and I can put some steps there, so I can have like a, you know, I know it's not, you know, kosher with the home cinema purists out there, because you normally have your seat in the center, but who cares? I don't care. I think it looks good, and to be honest, everyone that's seen my renderings loves that look the most. But that's just one look, you know. So yeah, that's the plan. So that's what I'm trying to go for. So now what I'm going to do is I need to basically draw a line. The first thing I have to do is basically push these chairs forward. I need to roll this carpet up because it's definitely in the way, and get that carpet in front of these seats basically. And then I need to put the chairs back, get them in perfect position. So I have to center this seat here. What I might do is actually drop a plumb bob from that seam in the ceiling, because I know that's dead center. So what I might do is just drop a plumb bob down there so I can find the exact center. Attach them all perfectly so we've got that curve, and you can see down there I've got that white bit of plastic that I've just kind of made a bit of a line to show you the curve. I will actually do that correctly and draw a line directly on the concrete, and once we've got half of it done, I'll actually basically copy it to the other side, and then we will make a template from that and go from there. That's what we'll use to kind of, the template we will use once we've built, you know, our riser like this, and we need to basically cut it back and all of this kind of stuff. We'll use that template to make the curves, etc. So let's just get into it, eh? So I'm just going to set you up somewhere. I'm going to start moving some crap around and get that carpet out of the way. I want to be able to do this so that I can keep watching movies and so forth at night. So I'm going to leave that back riser, the dodgy temporary riser up there. I'm going to leave that so I can at least sit in on those chairs and watch my flicks while I've got this gem of a projector up there. So I'm just going to kind of work on the front here. So I'm just going to set you up. Let's do it. Oh, there we go. That's our starting line. Basically, this line here is, if I was to have a straight riser like most people would, that's where it would come out to. That's 2 meters from the retaining wall. So that's what we're going to be working off. So I'm going to set up these seats now, see if I can get them to, you know, clip into place nicely and try to get this curve happening. Well, finally, man, do you know how difficult it is to get these things clip locked into place? It is. Anyway, it's done now. The reason it's hard is because they've got removable backs, and you go to lift them, the back comes out, and you can't get it into place, and it's just a nightmare. And it's really difficult to get these backs back into place, believe it or not. Hang on a second, I just got to grab a light. But it's done. So these front row is basically in the exact right position. It's in the position that we want it to be in. And if you look down here, you can see the line. So it's backed up to that line. So what I need to do now is actually go and get something nice and flexible. And from this center point here to this side of the cinema, I'm going to draw a curve that goes in line with this front row of seating. I'm probably going to do it, I think, I'm not sure, maybe, it doesn't really matter where I do the curve. Like, I was going to step it back 100 mil because I want to have like an overhang on the thing, but it doesn't matter because we're just actually doing the template now anyway, so we can move the template wherever we want later on. So I'm just going to go and grab something flexible, probably try and look for the bit of timber that I used to do that front curved soffit up the top above my screen, and then I'm going to draw that, and yeah, and then I'm going to trace it out on some tracing paper, fold that in half, copy it over so that we've got a second side exactly like the first, and we'll take it from there. Right, so I thought I'd do a bit of a Weber while we're working this riser out. Fired it up. All that smoke is cherry wood smoking chunks, so it's smoking cherry wood. I think this is the third time I've used this Weber since I found it at the dump. Still not very good at it, but I'm learning. My mate's always telling me about how he cooks sausages on the Weber, so I thought I'd try and cook some sausages on the Weber. See how we go. Okay, what kind of sausages have we got? We have spiky color breast, traditional pork. Don't ask, I have no idea. A sausage is a sausage as far as I'm concerned. That cherry wood's just caught on fire by the looks of things. Too much O2, I reckon. It's not doing anything. All right, let's close this up. Hopefully we'll get some decent sausages. Love this Bunnings light, so cool. It's like 15 bucks. Use it for everything. All right, back to it. Just go and wash my hands. All right, so I found the bit of beading. This is just a piece of quarter round, just a little bit of that's what I've been using to do my curves with. So I just found this tucked away somewhere in my house. So that's good. It actually, I think it just reaches. If not, that's okay. I'll just kind of wing the rest. But I got some heavy weights because I don't have anyone here to help me. So what I'm going to do, I'll probably just set you up there and I'll see if I can get a decent looking curve, eh? Well, I've done it. I'm pretty happy with it. I like the curve. It didn't take very long at all. But if we keep following it around, yeah, like I said, I'm happy with it. I don't rush these things because once you've done it, you've done it, you know. This is a big thing. So I'm just going to sit on this for probably 24 hours and just stare at it for a while. It's not quite long enough at that end, but that's all right. I can make that up. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of look at this and just stare at it, maybe do a couple more tweaks maybe. But the main thing is those armrests, see there? They're evenly spaced. So it looks good to me. It looks good to me. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll just kind of like I said, sit on this for a bit and make sure I'm happy. Then I will, draw the line and get some tracing paper out and go from there. All right, 3 days later, eh? Believe it or not, I haven't spent those 3 days just tweaking this line. No way, I wouldn't do that. In fact, I probably would. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but I have spent a hell of a lot of time over that 3 days kind of making alterations and tweaking it here and there. But I'm really happy with that. In fact, I'll show you what I've been doing over that 3 days. Check this out. How good is that? How cool does that machine look? So that's a condenser dryer. It's an LG condenser dryer, and I call it my Iron Man machine. In fact, when I first started doing this whole dump ratting, that was one of the first things that I found. I found 2 of these machines together. In fact, I'll throw the thumbnail up and show you the video that I made 2 days ago of me fixing this. I found those 2 machines at the dump, and I basically, I fixed the washing machine part, the bottom one. I fixed that straight away. It's just a pump. But this one here has just sat under, underneath tarps and carpet underlay, so forth, for the last 6 years because I've never really been confident enough to fix it. But I pulled it out the other day and I fixed it right here, dead center in the cinema, so that I had these red chairs in the background. It was really cool. It looked really good. But I'm happy. I fixed it. It went together perfectly. It wasn't that difficult actually. And that's a video, so keep your eye out for that. So now that I'm happy with this curve, I'm actually just going to mark that with a felt pen because the lead pencil keeps rubbing off, and then we're going to make a template. Well, there we go. That is my front curve on my riser. And now that all that crap's out of the way, I gotta say, I'm really happy with it. I am really happy with it. It looks much better. So now I have to take a stencil of that, but these frickin' seats are in the way. I just want to get rid of them. I think I'm gonna have to unlock them individually and lift them over that roll of carpet and stick them back on that green carpet there. I'm going to see if I can slide them all together, but I don't know if I'm that strong. I mean, I look really strong, don't I? But I'm just a boy. But there you go. I'm going to see what I can do. I guess you'll find out in the next few seconds at least. No, there's no way. There's absolutely no way I'm sliding that by myself. So I have to pull a frickin' thing apart again. And I think I have to start from this end. Damn it! Well, that sucked. But it wasn't as bad as I was kind of banging on about. Looks like we've had an earthquake. But, there we go. At least I got some space now. I'm just going to clean up a little bit, and I'm just going to make the template. I'm not going to stop anymore, I don't think. I'm just going to do it and do a time lapse. There we go, all done. Well, not all done, almost done. We're almost there. So that is our line, that's our curve on some tracing paper. So what I'm going to do now is actually transfer that over to this pattern card. This is just pattern card that I buy. I use that to make my corsetry patterns and other fashion garments. And yeah, got a lot of it, so I don't mind using 5 meters to do this. And the other thing is I can always reuse it. You know, these corsets are only tiny little things, so I can still use the cardboard out of my template to make patterns with. Now you might be wondering, why on earth am I even transferring it over? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Because I guess once you've cut that out, this is going to be incredibly flimsy. It will take a fair bit of time to kind of mark you know, a line on the concrete as well as the riser, because I still have to mark a couple, I think 2 lines or maybe 3 lines on the riser. It's a complex type of thing that I'm going to be doing. I'm actually going to be doing a bit of a routed edge, on maybe a gully or something inside underneath the edge, I'm thinking, to kind of run some lights and things like that. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I know that I'm going to be using the template at least 3 times. So I may as well make life easier on myself and make it out of cardboard and make it all the way, like full length. So that's what I'm going to do now. And after I've done that, we're going to end this video. Well, there you go. There you go. I finished. That is how you build a curved riser template. Not that, I mean, that's not how you build one. I mean, I don't know how you build it. That's how I build it. I guess I don't know of any other way. If you want to build it to fit the chairs that you already have, as far as I'm concerned, that's probably the safest way, you know. But anyway, I'm sure there's a mathematical way to do it. I just don't know it, and I don't care. I like that way, and that's all that matters. But yeah, I actually quite like it when you're sitting up here on the seats. Let me just turn around and look down. It actually looks like a pretty decent curve. It's not too curvy, it's not too straight, it's just right. And it fits the red seats. But there you go, guys. I'm going to call this one. Now tomorrow I am going to be in the next part of this build. I'm going to be removing all of this stuff, all the dodgy riser at the back there, my temporary riser. I have to find a spot for all those seats, and then I'm going to go to Bunnings, grab some timber and build us a riser. It's probably going to take, I think I could knock it off in a day, but knowing me, it'll probably take 3. I do have to cut some curves. I do need to kind of, you know, router the edge, make a nice rounded edge, and yeah, do a few other things that I haven't talked about yet, but it'll probably take a bit longer. So there you go. Hope you like that. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.